Right, welcome ladies and gents. Let's talk about The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1. I've watched it. That was a slog. That was really boring. That was a hell of a slog. What an episode. What a bloody bore. I quite enjoyed some, not all, of the last season. I thought some of it was pretty decent. It rounded out in a really weird way. I think that they generally just butchered Joel in terms of his characterization. You know, Joel, for those that have played the game, is a badass, right? First season of The Last of Us, he was not a badass, remotely. But I do think HBO and Naughty Dog and the writers have kind of written themselves into a corner with this show. Is that you hired Pedro Pascal to play Joel, and then you hired that Bella Ramsey to play Ellie. Terrible casting, awful casting. But you don't have any star power. You banked on Pedro Pascal, but the story means that he's gonna die. Do you think people will keep watching once he's gone? I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. I think people will check out. So what happens? Well, not a lot. We're kind of setting the stage, really. Years have passed. Years have passed in the show. Bella Ramsey's older. She's a petulant teenager now. Ellie. Not Bella Ramsey. Ellie is older. She's a petulant teenager. Joel is still basically having nervous breakdowns, so he's still a bit of a bitch, but they've kind of amped him up a little bit more. But now it's seemingly going to be about their kind of conflict with one another. We see Abby for the first time. No, it's not the sort of butch, I don't know what they were like, almost pro bodybuilder, not female pro bodybuilder from the games. It's not that. They've already admitted and confirmed they're not going to go down that road with Abby. I wonder why. Why aren't you going to stay true to the games? Why? And she vows revenge, vows to kill, or at least the deal is to kill Joel slowly. So there's that. Whether that happens or not, and she goes golfing, who knows? We'll see. We will see. Ellie still doing incredibly reckless things. Yeah. I'm not seeing the appeal. I'm not seeing the appeal with this. Not a lot happened. When we catch up with Ellie, she's fighting a guy, big guy, and he's pulling his punches. And what I liked about this interaction with this fight, so there's a fight. It's a staged fight. It's sparring. This big guy is a big tall dude. Going for Ellie. Clearly has already punched her because she's got a bleeding face, bust up face. She manages to get him down eventually, and he gets put in like a form, like a hold, like an arm lock hold, and sort of taps out. But the interaction perfectly exemplifies modern day women and how they just simply don't understand that men are men. Modern society just doesn't understand that men are men. And I thought it was quite funny, really, quite revealing, because Ellie gets told that he pulled his punch, and she seems shocked. It's like, you pulled your punch? It's like, you should know that this guy pulled his punch by the fact that you're not knocked out, right? Like, you should know. Any woman that gets punched by a guy, unless the guy is like a teeny tiny little toddler, is gonna get knocked the F out. That's just basic biology for you. And I just thought that was a fascinating interaction. I don't think they intended it to be a commentary on how stupid society has made, the sexes in terms of the disparity between them. We're told that there's just no differences. Yeah, there's absolutely differences. Of course there are. So that was funny. And basically, again, it's just basically Ellie just being a petulant child. Going off one thing after another, going off here, disobeying this, disobeying that, and Joel going for therapy, and it's like, this is just some melodramatic drama shit. I'm not really interested in this, to be honest. It was, yeah, a bit poo. Wasn't good. I didn't think it was a particularly good episode. I was bored. Nothing happened. Abby has found the settlement. Okay, cool. Good. I mean, they're going to painstakingly eke out the story now, because they can't get rid of Joel. They can't get rid of Pedro Pascal. They're going to painstakingly just eke that story out as slowly as they can. And you know it as well, you can tell. So I'm not majorly looking forward to the next few episodes, but we'll see. I will watch them and I will review them. But yeah, not a lot happened. It's beautifully shot, don't get me wrong. Beautifully shot. They did undermine the clickers in this episode. I remember when they first showed the clickers and they first had that interaction. I think it's called clickers anyway. In the first season, they seemed genuinely terrifying. They seemed genuinely like a threat. This episode, they had a clicker face off against Ellie, and Ellie just jumped on its back and stabbed it to death. And it's like, you're kind of undermining them a lot here, actually. A lot. You're showing them to not really be a threat. Not one that people should be that worried about anyway. So I thought that was a bit, not great. Not great. There was clearly moments where this thing should have heard Ellie creeping up to it, and it didn't. Again, you compare that with season 1, how they sort of showed that click. Completely different. Completely different. So I don't know. It ends with Ellie and her floozy, her love interest, getting called dykes and going. You know, Ellie turning around and going for this guy. And then Joel pushing him over and Ellie being like, oh, what's wrong with you? So, what? That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. Like, if you're defending, you know, someone that you care about, that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do. I mean, he didn't deck him, did he? He just pushed him over. Bit of a weird interaction, to be honest. Overall, not a great episode. Not a great episode. So, there you go. I'd love to hear what you thought of it down below. But it was boring. It was meandering. I checked out halfway through it. It's genuinely a bit of a shit show, to be honest. It was quite dull. Beautifully shot. Don't get me wrong. Cinematography, brilliant. Music, brilliant. Acting, for the most part, brilliant. Bella Ramsey can't act. Don't know why they keep hiring her. She's a shit actress. She's genuinely terrible. So yeah, bad times. Wouldn't recommend. Leave your thoughts down below.